Readers,
reviewers,
countrymen,
lend us your ears. Welcome to the first official video of the Brothers Gwynne. Today we'll be showing you some of the series we're looking forward to starting this year. Hope you enjoy.
So guys, this is our most anticipated series to begin, so that we're going to be looking at book ones today of series that, fingers crossed, we can delve into in 2021 and enjoy reading. So, first of all,
In height order,
we have one that I will be starting called The Dragonbone Chair. Now this is by Tad Williams, and it's book one of the series Memory, Sorrow and Thorn. Now I've heard really great things about this from my dad mainly as well, but also lately I've seen quite a few videos on YouTube, mainly a really great one by Jimmy Nuts from the Fantasy Network. He's done a brilliant review which has really made me want to delve into this series this year, and fingers crossed it is equally as good as what Jimmy says.
and I have Boudika by Amanda Scott. This is a very old copy of our dad's, so around 20 years old. I'm going to be listening to it on audiobook. Really looking forward to reading this. Apparently it's one of the best historical series out there, and it's about Boudika, Romans, Celts. You can't really get much better than that.
And then we have The Red Rising by Pierce Brown, and Red Rising is book one of the Red Rising series, I guess. But yeah, so this is a sci-fi series, and I don't really read that. The Bulk of Morgoth.
They have a cave troll.
That's a drain, by the way, not.
This is a series I actually want to start soon, so I'll be interested to see what you think.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've heard lots of great things about this book, mainly from Mike Book Reviews and also Daniel Green. They've done some really good reviews of this book, saying that book one starts good and then it gets even darker, even brutal.
Even more brutal.
Even more brutal, even bloodier, okay, and that's definitely up my street. So fingers crossed, this is a great read. I'm sure it will be.
Next up, we have the very well-renowned The Last Kingdom, book one of the Saxon Chronicles by the Bernard Cornwell.
This is the holy grail of Dark Ages historical fiction.
It's been adapted into a Netflix series, 4 series so far. We love them all. We'll probably be talking about it in a further video.
Oh, yeah.
But I have shamelessly never read the book, so I'm hoping to start this season. And the final of the series was released last year, so I'll be able to read the entire series in one go.
Yeah, what I love about this series is each book gets better, and the older Uhtred gets, just the better he becomes. And he's so grumpy, but he's brilliant. And the last book is one of the best in the series. So.
And also, really like Bernard Cornwell, he actually replied to one of my emails once, so...
You need to stop rubbing that in.
It's the highlight of my life so far.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that many times.
And then we have The Fall of the Phoenix by Daniel Kelly. This is a self-published book in the historical fiction genre about the siege of Troy. And we love Troy, we love Greek storytelling. And this is right up our street. I've had the pleasure of talking to Daniel Kelly a few times, and he seems like an absolutely cracking bloke. I've heard some really good things about this novel by Christian Cameron as well, and if he recommends it, I'm definitely going to read it. So I'm looking forward to sharing my thoughts with you all, and fingers crossed, this is a brilliant book.
Another series that, if you enjoy, I think I'll be picking up in your trail. Next up, we have another historical fiction book. This one, Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel. Book one of the trilogy, which was actually finished last year. This and the sequel won the Man Booker Prize, which is just testament to how critically acclaimed this is. It's set in the 16th century from the perspective of Thomas Cromwell in Henry VIII's court. So it's meant to be very political, but a lot of action as well. It's meant to be paced perfectly. The prose is meant to be beautiful. Basically, everything I've heard about this is that it's perfect in every way.
Apart from the beheading.
Yeah, it's meant to be very brutal as well. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to starting and finishing this series this year.
Lots of people say that there's nothing quite as grimdark as history. And I think, from what I've heard about that series, that phrase really fits it. And now we have A Little Hatred by Joe Abercrombie.
Before you go on, can we just for a second admire this beautiful
It is a
edition?
beauty.
Look at those pages.
Look, guys. Look how beautiful that is. Amazing. What a lovely cover. And also, from what I've heard, what a lovely book inside. Maybe not lovely. Maybe...
Brutal, bloody.
Yeah, disgusting and grim and...
Grimdark.
Yeah.
At its best.
But we like it that way. Joe Abercrombie's a great writer. I'm a massive fan of him. I actually read every single book of his in the first law world last year and absolutely loved them.
You were obsessed.
Yeah.
Your entire life just
Still
became
am,
a
really.
big Joe Abercrombie.
Bremerdan
Read first.
Gorst is one of the greatest characters of all time. Now, he's got such good characters, and especially Stephen Pacey's narration as well is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But yeah, this book, I've heard amazing things about it, and I'll read anything Joe puts out, even if it's about fairies living peacefully in the forest. I'm sure he would have his way with that tale. And now we have Christian Cameron's A Killer of Men, and I'm a massive fan of Christian Cameron. His historical series Chivalry actually is responsible for this lovely thing in the background, but he's quite dangerous because he makes you want to become the people in his books, and I feel like I've kind of put this off for a long time because I know as soon as I read this I'm going to want to be fighting Persians on the beaches.
You did try and make me call you William Gold last year.
Yeah. I still try. Still want to be him. And if you've read Christian Cameron's Tom Swan, I really want to be Tom Swan as well. I did tweet Christian this actually, and he said he also wants to be Tom Swan. So, but yeah, I've heard amazing things about this. My dad said this is his favourite of Christian's series, and I haven't actually read a historical fiction in a Greek world ever, I don't think.
Really?
I mean, I'm reading Song of Achilles at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
but I think this will
That's
be quite
fantasy.
different. Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, that is fantasy.
Thank you for letting me know. I'm
You
going to
haven't met
start
the
all the way
mine
again.
have you?
What?
You haven't met the mine tree.
No.
I thought it was historical.
Anyway, Killer of Men. It's going to be a good read. I know that will be one of my favourites of the year already, and I'm looking forward to devouring this in its whole.
Next up, I have the first fantasy book in my pile. This is King of Scars by Leah Bardugo. This is the first one. I think it is just a duology called King of Scars. I'm not really sure what it's about or much, but I've heard that people love it, and I'm looking forward to starting.
Sometimes it's good to dive into a series without actually knowing anything about it. I kind of did that with the Malazan, and I kind of discovered everything for myself, which is good. I think you enjoy it a bit more then.
It's a bit like trailers of films. Sometimes it's just best to go in there blind and
Yeah,
find everything new.
I agree. And now in my pile we have We Are the Dead by Mike Shackle. I've heard really good things about this book. I've actually heard Mike Shackle be compared to Joe Abercrombie, so that's definitely an interest.
High praise.
Yeah, 100%. And I saw, I think it's Jeremy Saul, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but I saw that he did a review of this book and saying it's Tarantino meets Kurosawa. So it couldn't be better, in my opinion. I've seen lots of reviewers on Twitter say they love this book, like David at Book Meanderings, and Sam, the Book in Hand, and Nils as well. And Petrick, of course, always Petrick. I feel like he's reviewed every single book in the world until
He does not stop reading.
Until he reviews The Shadow of the Gods, which you will enjoy, Petrick. Anyway, I digress. I'm really looking forward to starting this. I don't know too much about it, apart from that it's pretty dark, and the title is great, We Are the Dead. That definitely hooks me in. Lovely cover as well. Looking forward to starting this.
And now the last book in my pile is Mythos by Stephen Fry. The first of a trilogy so far. I'm not sure if he plans on introducing a fourth soon. It goes Mythos, then Heroes, and then Troy, all centered around Greek mythology. This, I believe, begins with the origins of the gods. And it just sounds really interesting, and it's Stephen Fry. So I imagine there'll be a great dose of humour in there and be accompanied by wonderful prose. So I'm not really 100% sure of which stories are told in this, but I love Greek mythology. I love basically any kind of mythology, so I imagine I'll love it.
Has Stephen Fry narrated that on Audible? Because I would definitely be interested in listening to that. I mean, I listened to his narration of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and that he's such a good narrator.
Oh, did he narrate that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But if he narrates his own books, that'd be cool. Similar to what Neil Gaiman does, because they're great narrators.
We'll have to find out if he does.
And last but not least, in my pile, we have the very special Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. This is a beautiful edition. This is actually Will's copy.
You're moving it around, but no, I'll hold it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'll hold it. This is my this is my prized possession. It's art.
Okay, I think to say it's.
I think that Ed has to read this because I've been badgering him for a year.
Yeah.
This is one of my favourite books of all time, and the 8 books to follow in the 3 trilogies.
8.
Oh, I just can't describe it. There's 3 separate trilogies, but I'll take the first 3 at the moment. And look at that cover. It's just beautiful. I could talk for ages. I'll hand over to Ed again.
What kind of really made me want to pick up the series is the fact that I went into Will's room one day saying, "Hey, look at this goal," okay? And I see him laying on his bed in tears, and I'm like, "But I didn't even say anything yet. I didn't even try." And he was sitting there crying. I said, "Why are you crying, man?" And he said, "I've just read Assassin's Apprentice," and any author that can make Will cry is a must read in my books. So I really look forward to diving into this. I have actually listened to it on Audible before, and I feel like I just need to go back and actually read it physically, just to appreciate it that little bit more. So I'm really looking forward to going, binging this, all 3 books back to back, and loving this series. I've heard Night Eyes is a particular favourite, and also Fitz. He's a great guy.
And the full. I'm going to start before I list every single character.
5 hours later. So really look forward to reading that.
Robin Hobb is in my top 3 favourite authors of all time. So if you don't enjoy it, this channel will be ending pretty quickly after beginning.
Right, guys, thank you very much for watching. That is our most anticipated reads of 2021. I think we've got a nice mix there. We've got a little bit of sci-fi, enough historical fiction to keep us going, and of course our staple fantasy.
So we hope that a few of those might interest you. You might be adding some more to your to-read piles. We'll be doing a separate video for standalones that we're looking forward to read this year, which consists of a bit more literary fiction as well as a lot of historical fiction as well. Anyway, we hope that you've enjoyed. This is just a taster for some of our future content. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, or you think you'll enjoy some of our further videos.
Stay safe.
Thank you for watching. Truth and courage.
Truth and courage.